Our overall requirement for the system really was dependent on the speed of the communication network that we were installing and the reliability of the communication network that we were installing. Regarding load management specifically, we wanted reliable technology that would work because we certainly were investing a lot of money and relying on the ability to initiate commands and those commands working during certain hours of certain days of certain months. We asked the group that was responsible for testing to try to break the devices and try to break the software. We ran thousands of tests, over 7,000 individual device tests, and put them through a number of different types of events, a number of different types of programs, and we measured the performance. And we received well over 99% of satisfactory performance in these testing scenarios.
So we built test boards like the one you see behind me, and we had 10 of these that were in this room. We conducted a battery of tests to verify it would work there. Once we could verify that we had a good, stable product in a controlled environment, now you move it out on the system. We see some real advantages to deploying both the thermostats and the control switches. And the members are the ones telling us. They've come up with ideas that we didn't even think about. When you have an application that you can now control both from your phone, they like the fact they can control their temperature precisely, not just turn it on and off, but actually run that thermostat up and down. So now we find out, particularly some people in the rental markets, that, hey, when my tenants have left, I can now go in and make sure this thing is set back to a more reasonable limit. And conversely, my water heater, I can now turn it off when I'm not going to have a renter in there. The more devices we can get into the field, the better control we have of conditions that we may not even experience during normal conditions. For example, if a substation becomes overloaded, we may can shift some load to another station. But if that's not possible, then we may have to say, well, if we can turn a battery of water heaters off and we can see how much that load is, would that be enough for us to stabilize that substation and prevent an outage? By looking at the screens, we can see how much load is available to us out there to control and help us make those decisions.
Through the tools we provided, through our applications we've developed using mobile devices or our website, through programs like Sensible Power, we've allowed our members to get a better understanding of their energy use. We've been able to provide incentives to curtail their energy use at the right times of the day. And they have felt a lot more in control of their home, control of what's happening within the four walls of their house.